We have another busy day here on Blown Away. The first thing that is happening today is Jean-Christophe is coming to take a look at our rigging here. We've got stamps in the stainless that was left by the machine that he used. So he's gonna come and take a look at it and hopefully sand and polish it so that it is not going to corrode, because we will get pit corrosion there. So that's the first thing that's happening. We are just prepping to be ready for the Tuamotus. This afternoon we're gonna go into town and run a whole bunch of errands there. But for right now, we are just getting stuff done as our contractors have time, and it's amazing that Jean-Christophe has time today. So we're waiting for him to come back on the dinghy. Hopefully Brown got there. Hopefully the dinghy is running fine and they get back safely. Yesterday we did a spa treatment for the outboard, and Brown did take it around for a bit, but not a long way. So this is about a 5 to 7 minute dinghy ride, so we'll find out for sure if it's working. Yep, he's coming back, so it's working. That's great news. The riggers are gone, but I'm gonna go up and check out the polishing that he did on the stainless. Oh yeah, you can't even see where that spot was. That's good. All right guys, we are headed into the city this morning. We need to get a new fuel certificate. A fuel certificate gives you tax-free fuel on diesel only, and we need to do that because ours ran out. They only last for 6 months, so we're gonna head into Papeete to do that. But while we're there, we also caught wind that our visa situation may not be as bad as we think. Our visa and our boat have to be out of French Polynesia by March 27th because that's when we arrived. So we have learned that there's a chance that they will give us an emergency extension because of the fact that our insurance doesn't cover us until May 1 for cyclones. And what we've been told is that we get 90 days automatic extension after our visa that has allowed us to stay for the past year once that expires. So we're gonna go into the city, we're gonna get a whole bunch of things done. We've got doctor's appointments, we need a provision, but these are 3 really important stops for us for the rest of our time in French Polynesia, and would take a ton of pressure off of us if we didn't have to leave March 27th. So this could be really exciting today if it turns out to be true.
It's me again. And we're gonna go to our favorite poke bowl place.
You can tell the priority of what he likes in comparison to what we need to get done.
Well, isn't that the most important thing today?
Yeah.
Food, yes.
All right, let's go. We are back in Papeete. It's been a long time since we've been back here. We've got about a 45-minute walk to the port. It's a busy day because, as you can see, the Princess cruise ship is in. We have entered the restricted area, and we are very close to where we need to go for the fuel certificate. Oh yeah, this is it. Perfect. Our time in the fuel certification office was super fast and super easy. We got the certificate, so now we can get tax-free diesel, but you have to bring your big boat into the fuel station. You cannot fill up jerry cans, but that's okay. We're gonna need some fuel before we leave here. So the first piece of information we have is that we cannot extend our boat time here in French Polynesia. We have an agent who probably can do that for us. But now the more important question is, can we stay 90 days past the expiration of our carte de séjour? And that's what we're gonna find out now.
Clear as mud, right?
Clear as mud, yeah. We just came out of the
Haute Commission.
Haute Commission.
Très bien.
And the lady there said we cannot overstay our carte de séjour. Even for a minute, we have to leave. So the information that we got from someone here, which said we have 90 days after the carte de séjour, is wrong. So we will have to renew our CDS if we want to stay legally, which we want to do. So it's about $85 US per renewal because you have to pay a tax, but that's it. It's $85, you get to stay here for a year. That's what we'll do, and then we're gonna use an agent, hopefully, who can extend the boat, and then we're here 1 extra month legally. That would be just perfect. We've worked up quite an appetite, heading into our favorite place to eat, Vinny Vinny. When you come to Papeete, you have to make eating at Vinny Vinny a priority. And you need to get the Papeete burger. It is a tuna burger that is coated in cornflakes, and it is literally to die for. The most amazing thing. Here's the other favorite. It's a poke bowl, and it is just
spicy mayonnaise
filled with tuna. It has so much tuna.
and avocado.
Fabulous. We have been knocking out the tasks today. Feels good to get so much done. And now we're on the way to our doctor appointment for the eyes. Down this off the beaten track street. This is kind of cool to get to see the inside of Papeete. The doctor was amazing. $115 to actually get full retinal scans. I now have pictures of my retina for future, and it's been a very successful day here in Papeete. I can't see anything right now because of my eyes, but so thankful that my retina is healthy, so that's the good news.
Be careful, please.
Oh, it is so good to be back. We had a really successful day in the city. Got everything done that we needed to get done, and even got to see some friends, so it was just a perfect day. Wow, look at this view. This Anchorage is absolutely beautiful. But look at that. We have been scraping bottom because we just had a supermoon, and the supermoon gave us a very low tide. We're gonna have one more tonight, and then it goes back to normal, but that low tide really made our 7-8 inches disappear. Since we're just sitting on sand, it's not a big deal, but if we had a big storm come through and there was a lot of wind, it would not have been a good thing for us to be smashing down on the sand. Thankfully, the weather has been totally calm, and we are completely fine. We are definitely on track here for getting out of Tahiti and up to the Tuamotus with this gorgeous weather window. And the next thing on our list for today is to provision. So dinghy is down. Gotta load up on fruits and veg because there is definitely nothing like that in the Tuamotus. So here we go. We got the fuel. Now we're headed to the grocery store. It's about a 10-minute walk. Wow, it's been a year since we arrived here. Wow, a year ago we walked in here for the first time, completely blown away, pun intended, with all of the surplus. After 8-9 months of having no big grocery stores, this was unbelievable.
This is the land of plenty. It's like being in France. We're ready for the Tuamotus.
Oh, we're definitely ready for the Tuamotus. Look at all that.
Good news. Are they ready for us?
Goodbye, land of food and plenty. The interesting part when you get back from provisioning is trying to find a space for everything. Anyway, we're making progress. The fridges are packed. Freezer not yet, but it will be. But it feels good to have everything ready to go. Wow, look at this. It just never gets old. Isn't that incredible? The clarity, the view of Moorea in the background. incredible. But that doesn't change the fact that our port engine is still not starting and we have that electrical problem. But our friends on Due heard that we were having electrical issues, and Mark is an electrical engineer and he offered to come over and help troubleshoot. It's pretty amazing how the sailing community is like a family, and you really help people and offer to help people with whatever expertise you have, or parts or food or whatever it might be. And this is just a case in point that Mark is going to come over. He's an electrical engineer and he has offered to help try and troubleshoot the problem with our engine, which is just so incredibly kind of him to do. So we are looking forward to him coming and just learning from him. I think the greatest thing that we can learn is how to troubleshoot and start the process of figuring out what is wrong. We are prepping the boat as much as we possibly can, so when Mark comes, he has very little that he actually needs to do to get prepared to
pizza cake.
The work he's gonna do is a lot more important than the monkey work that we can do, which is opening everything and preparing it. So far we have figured out that there is no power getting to the relay.
Okay. That's your earth grounding, so everything in this system grounds to that.
Okay.
And then this is the start relay.
Yeah.
And it has two connections, one to positive, one to ground. The positive one was really corroded, so
that's what this is overriding.
Yeah, it goes completely past it. It goes directly to the starter motor.
Yep.
So this has been replaced also.
Yep.
And then this connector right here goes from the panel to the engine. That's the one in the engine room.
Yep.
Just for good measure, I cleaned that, although it didn't look bad.
Well, really good news. Mark was able to determine that the issue was that our ground wire, the one that is responsible for everything working, was completely corroded. As a matter of fact, there were 3 or 4 attachments and 2 of them just fell off while he was working with them. But the engine starts now. It does not stop, but it starts. So we got one of the problems fixed, and the start is wonderful. We know how to manually stop it, so that's not that big of a deal for the moment. I feel so much better. Huge thank you to Mark on Due. What a gift. This is the community of sailors. They just do this kind of stuff. He spent 3 hours pretty much in our engine room. Wow, what a gift. This morning started out very different than we anticipated. We woke up to find our anchor underneath our keels, and it was upside down. I've never seen our anchor upside down. Well, that's definitely a new one. Our anchor has flipped over completely because it's been so shallow that the keel has flipped it over. So we need to get in there and fix that. It's too shallow here. That's part of the problem, and the tidal swings are too extreme. Anyway, we needed to get in and sort that problem out. So we ended up scraping the bottom of the boat because we're gonna head off on our big journey out to the Tuamotus. And then we pulled back on the boat. So now the chain is at least taut and we're nowhere near the hoop, but it's way too shallow for the hoop to go under the keels. So this is not a viable place for us to stay tonight. I think we're gonna move anyway, but isn't that beautiful? Look at this eagle ray. 2 of them, one here, one there. Brown's now in the engine room because we need to check to make sure, oh, he's not in the engine room, he's going into the engine room because we now need to check to make sure the ground wire in the starboard engine is in good shape, because that's what happened with the port engine.
Place as few of these connectors as possible.
It's a nice, cool, and comfortable place for Brown right
Oh,
now.
it's so luxurious thanks to the Admiral. She wants me to be as comfortable for as long as possible.
He loves it in there.
Yeah, I love it. It's just, mwah, I love it. So I hope you are jealous that I love the engine more than you.
So everything's clean, and Brown says everything's looking good, and therefore we don't need to change anything, which is amazing.
Wow. Okay.
When Mark was here the other day, he solved our start problem, but we still have a number of issues that we need to fix, and one is the stop solenoid on our port engine is not working. So Brown is trying to connect multimeter.
Put the
To see if we get what we get in terms of voltage. You ready? Ignition?
Yeah.
Huh, the ignition's not working now.
I don't freaking know.
So we tried a few things to get the stop solenoid working, but no go on that. We just need to wait till the electrician comes and get that sorted when we get back in February. We offered to our mechanic, who has a mom and stepdad living in Whakarava, that we could bring something for them, and he just texted us. So Brown went to the airport and Thomas just dropped off some beer for his mom and stepdad. That's so nice.
World currency. He says we're really going to enjoy meeting them.
Oh, I can't wait. That'll be fun. It's nice that we can do something nice for Thomas, and this will be fun to get to meet his mom and stepdad. Our whole purpose in coming here to Tahiti was to fix a few things, get some provisions, and head off to the Tuamotus. It looks like we've got a great weather window ahead with no wind, so we can travel directly east, which would be amazing. And it could be up to a 3-day passage. If the winds stay the way they are, then we could get all the way to Tahiti, which is about 300 miles. But if the winds shift, we always can bail and go to Whakarava or Tawau, or lots of options up there.
This looks amazing.
But this kind of a window is so rare.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're looking at everything from wind to sea state to rain. You gotta check it all to be prepared for something like this.